My name is Laurie Edwards, and I am a mathematics coordinator for Laying the Foundation, a division of National Math and Science. I will be presenting an overview of the math session for Day 2, Session 2, Part 2. The purpose of this session is to examine coherence within a domain and to prepare participants to present the information to their constituents. For this session, participants are divided by grade levels into 3 different rooms: K through 5, grades 6 through 8, and grades 9 through 12. The information presented in each room is the same, but is grade level appropriate. Participants examine related parts of the critical areas, selected clusters, and illustrative mathematics tasks. They observe the progression and connection of concepts between grade levels. The real value of this session comes from the exchange of ideas gleaned from the knowledge and experience of the participants. This video overview is merely a summary of the information presented that prompted these discussions. Participants popcorn what coherence means in terms of the Common Core State Standards for Mathematics. Some sample observations are included in the talking points for this session. Next, participants share their observations of coherence in a video clip, Mingle and Count, and again, some sample observations are included in the talking points for this session. The related part of a critical area activity that follows these discussions allows participants to examine the coherence for the domain, operations and algebraic thinking in the elementary session, expressions and equations for the middle school, and linear, quadratic, and exponential models for high school. Table groups are assigned grade levels and discuss how content progresses from one grade to the next. As they share their observations, the evidence of coherence becomes apparent as students progress from counting to operations with whole numbers and fractions in grades K through 5, generating numerical patterns to formulating reasoning about expressions and equations in grades 6 through 8, and from linear to exponential, quadratic, and logarithmic in high school. These discussions are significant so that participants see the prior knowledge of students as they enter a grade and what students need to know for future grades. The next portion of the activity focuses our attention to selected clusters within the same domain. In the same level groups, participants use the same chart to discuss how the clusters extend previous learning within and across grade levels. In the K through 5 session, one of the clusters for grades 1 and 2 say the same thing. As participants read the specifics for these clusters, they see that students are not learning the same concept 2 years in a row, but reach various levels of fluency between the 2 grades. Discussing this with participants emphasizes the importance of reading the content standards as well as clusters and how fluency is embedded in the content standards. In the next activity, participants examine the coherence at the content standard level. Working with a shoulder partner, tables are assigned a specific page with 2 completed cells and are asked to complete the table with content standards for the appropriate grade level that best illustrates coherence. As participants complete the table, they discover that there is not necessarily a one-to-one relationship with the content standards across grade levels. Instead, several content standards can be used to demonstrate coherence. The purpose of this activity is to explore the content standards and how they connect and extend concepts through various streams. Note that there is not an answer key, nor are there suggested responses for this activity. The discussion that results is valuable as participants read through the content standards. The final part of the activity focuses on tasks from illustrative math, which are not PARCC assessments. The purpose is to see how previously examined standards are used in these tasks. Participants work through a series of illustrative math tasks to further see the coherence in the domains. In the K through 5 session, participants are directed to Table 2, Common Multiplication and Division Situations, to discuss how algebraic thinking is embedded with operations. Using the Grade 3 example, participants discuss how to incorporate algebraic thinking within arithmetic operations. The session concludes with a reminder that teachers in each grade level need to be aware of the material that has been taught in previous grades so that learning is extended. Teachers also need to be aware of what is taught in future grades so that concepts and conceptual understanding can develop. Remember that all the materials used in this and each of the other sessions are stored on the PARC ELC portal at parc.ltftraining.org. To access a particular session's materials, click on the session number to download a zip file containing both Word and PDF versions of each of the activities, slides, session notes, and talking points.